Hello to our friends at Canine Connection. My name is Laura, and this is my assistant Rodeo, and we're going to be showing you our hand signs that we use to communicate. Because he is deaf, no amount of shouting will do you any good. So we use a lot of hand signs. Many of them are regular dog command hand signs that we were taught just in the course of regular training, a lot of like luring gestures that turn into hand signals. But then we do have a lot of ASL signs as well that are not so common or apparent. So we're going to be going through all of those for you today. The first one will be come. Hey, aren't you going to come? You lazy boy, you come. Good boy. Okay. Now I'm going to tell him place, which you would, well, I would call it bed, but same as place. No. He gets very excited on his bed. He thinks there are lots of treats coming. Okay. Now, down is your regular down command, sweeping your hand down and then sweeping your hand up for sit. Good boy. So for our purposes, in order for me to be able to tell him yes or no, good or bad, yes/good is just the flash of the hand. I don't know if you can see this, like that. You could do both hands if they're both free and you're really excited, but just one hand will do. All right. No, I don't want to show him this, but no is just pointing your finger at him. No. Now, sometimes we have to tell him we want to go outside, and there are various reasons why you would want to go outside. So the most common one is walk. Yes. Just like you would imagine, that's an ASL sign. And if the reason for going outside is just for a potty, we're not going to go on a walk, you want to put your thumb in between your pointer and your middle finger and shake it. That's potty. Both ASL signs. Now, one of the signs that we're supposed to be able to use and doesn't always happen quite successfully. Are you begging? He begs a lot. He knows there's food right here. Well, are you ready to work for it? Okay. So, is heel, which looks like this. I was told that that's a regular dog sign in rally. So that's what we use. So I'm going to see if he'll do this. Good boy. Yes. And when we're all done, I tell him, all done. All done. So you just kind of flick your hands. It means he can stay there if he wants, but he doesn't have to. I'm not going to enforce him to stay. All right, so it's dinner time, and our routine, because he's been kind of feisty about his food in the past, is for him to go inside of his kennel when it's time to eat, and he should stay there until I'm done getting everything ready. So he does have a command for kennel, and it looks like you're, again, picking up that tissue but this time you put it to your mouth and your cheek. So I'll go a little closer here. Pick it up, put it to your corner of your mouth, and then your cheek, like this. Kennel. All right, so he's already there. You can see him, and he should stay. He gets his food. I have to give him a pill. And when I release him to eat, it looks like this. So that is putting your fingers all together and then putting it to your mouth and tapping it a few times. He also knows the command for water. I didn't intend to teach him that he needs to wait to be released like he does with food, but sometimes he does wait, so I'll let you know. You make a W with your fingers, and then you place your pointer finger to your mouth and tap a few times like that. Okay, so oops. So he got done before I could show you this. So actually I'll feed him a little bit and then I'll tell him to out, because he does have a command for that. So stay. So out, I just stomp on the floor. And you can't see, but he does have some food left in his bowl. I'm going to add some more food. He'll wait, and I tell him to eat. And then he goes, continues. Now another command that comes quite in handy is on and off. These are again both ASL signs. So on is going to be putting your hands on top of each other, kind of like place, where we did the genie sign for place. We're just going to do a little one for on, and I put it over top of the thing I want it to be on. On. Good boy. And off, like that. So you put your hands together just like on, but then you flap the top one off. Good boy. All right, now the last two things that I'm going to show you are drop, and I can also show you leave it, which is different than drop. Drop is for toys, leave it is for food and things that I don't want him to have. And he does pretty well with that. So leave it, I'll start with leave it. Looks like this. You put one or both hands down like this, kind of creating a barrier that he should not cross. So if I drop this and I tell him leave it, he's going to stay there, and I'll give him a different treat, but he can't have this one. Where did it go? It's there somewhere. There it is. Okay, and now the next command, I'm not really going to demonstrate with him, but I will show you drop. It seems like he can get confused with this one, with good or down, and so if you figure out a better way to teach him, please do. But what I do is I have my hand like this, like I'm holding something, and then I drop it. And I don't splay out my fingers, because that's where I feel like he thinks maybe I mean good. I just simply drop like that, keeping my fingers together and just making your thumb and fingers splay apart. And a little bit of a downward motion, but not too much, otherwise he thinks it means down. Now he does understand what this means, but he really does not want to follow it most of the time. When I have balls, he'll drop it if he knows that we have this rhythm of, okay, I'm going to drop it, and then she's going to throw another one, so kind of like a trade. And with tug, he will also drop it, but that's hard to get him to kind of de-escalate himself as well. And then if he does follow my command to release him to play, I do kind of like a cowabunga sign with my hands and then shake them. So if we were playing tug, once he's dropped it, I can release him saying play. And probably just one hand, because I'll probably have the other hand with the toy. And that's really it. So I hope this helps. If you are able to think of these commands in the moment when you're teaching him, training him, I think it's really going to help make the process more smooth when you're trying to, really solidify these commands and make them so that we can do them without treats. In fact, we can do most of these all without treats. And he can get a little bit too worked up when treats are around. So you notice I haven't done any tricks. I never use treats when I ask him to do tricks because for some reason he just wants to bite my hands if I have treats in them. And if he's been getting treats for doing other things, he'll become very frustrated. So that's something that I might decide to add to this video and demonstrate later once we don't have any treats in our system. So anyways, thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting you and working with you, and Rodeo is the same. So ready? Here you go.